Do you guys see this? This is very sad. This is a trend, but this is also something that we've got to talk about. Self-deporting. Should you self-deport? Should you decide, I'm just going to pick up and leave the United States? In these cases, we're seeing people's parents making the decision to self-deport, to leave the United States. And it's emotional, right? You see something like this and it just goes right here. You just want to bawl your eyes out. All right, so let's talk about self-deporting. What in the world? I'm Latoya McBean-Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients nationwide at McBean Law. We work with people who are in this very situation, people who have been here in the United States for many years, people who are in removal proceedings, people who are thinking about leaving America, people who have already left America and now they want to come back. We've seen it all. Let me just unpack this a little bit for you guys and maybe help you to process it if you're in a situation where you're actually thinking about self-deporting because you're seeing these videos and you're starting to feel encouraged and motivated to do the same thing. Before you do that, let's talk. Self-deporting. When I think about the word self-deporting, of course, I think about the fact that these are people who are either in removal deportation proceedings or in proceedings with hearing coming up, or perhaps they already have a removal order issued by a judge. But I think what's also being thrown into the mix are people who are not in removal. They do not have a removal order, yet they feel compelled to leave America. So they are considering that self-deporting process as well. That's how I've seen some people describe it. I don't necessarily think that's self-deporting, but that's neither here nor there. If you're thinking about leaving the United States in this manner, guys, you've got to really weigh your options very carefully because for some people, once they leave, they might not ever be able to come back if they decide, I'd like to come back. You know, you've got to really be very firm in your conviction about leaving before you leave. I've seen some people talk about the fact that I'll be better off going back to the islands where I'm from and starting a business there, starting all over again and building myself up. Maybe then I'll see my way forward because America is just too hard. It's too hard. And then you have other people who are saying things like, I just want to get out because I can't handle the fear of the Trump administration. Every day I'm bombarded by all of these mind games from the administration and I'm just tired of being afraid. So therefore I'm leaving. Whatever the situation might be for you, think about this very question. Is it possible that I might actually change my mind? And if you think you might change your mind one day, even if there's a 5 or 10% chance that you might change your mind, watch this video all the way until the end. The first thing that you should do is speak with a lawyer. Speak with a lawyer about your background, your immigration background, your immigration problem, and ask the lawyer, if I were to leave America tomorrow, will I be able to come back next year if I change my mind that quickly? Or 4 years down the road after Trump leaves the White House? Or maybe in 5 years or 10 years? Or would I ever be able to come back? Those are the questions to ask. And ask maybe more than one lawyer that question. And then you make your decision, right? You also want to ask the question, am I going to miss my family here? Am I going to miss those who are still here, those who I will leave behind? Of course, the answer will be yes, right? And then the next question is, well, how will I be able to process those emotions of being separated for extended periods of time? Who is around who I am really connected to that I will now be separated from? Is it a child? Is it a spouse? Is it a parent? Is it distant relatives? Is it an uncle? Is it an aunt, cousins? And how will I be able to really manage that emotionally and mentally? These are questions, guys, that I think it's really important that you ask yourself because when the reality hits you in another year that you've been separated from someone who you're so close to, someone who you lean on and depend on and you really need, when that sets in, it can be a very devastating blow. So analyze your relationships today to figure out whether, what it would be like to be away from that person for a very long time. Another question to ask yourself, I think, is what is it about my lifestyle here in the United States now that I will miss? What is it about my day-to-day lifestyle that will be drastically different if I were to leave the United States? You have to also put that into consideration, take that into consideration, because when you make a drastic change like this, your lifestyle will change, your day-to-day will change. What you eat, where you go to eat, where you're living, what activities will be like. For some people, it will be better. Obviously, it will be better for people who are obviously from amazing countries where it's beautiful, it's safe, it's warmer. But then on the other side of things, the economy might be much slower there. Am I going to be able to find a job? That's the next question. Am I going to be able to find a job? A job that pays me the same level or even close to the same level of income that I'm used to? Am I going to be able to find the job? Am I going to be able to find the health coverage or care that I need for me and maybe a loved one who is going with me? Look into those things. Look into the healthcare system, how you're going to continue your treatment if you're on treatment or something. These are just logical checklist items, I would say, that you've got to sit down and thoughtfully and methodically go through and weigh the responses before you decide, I'm just going to leave because of various reasons. Go through all of these, right? And there are more questions that, of course, you could ask yourself and have your family members ask you various questions too, to really drill down and make sure that it's right. But certainly, I think you've got to come to the conclusion where you understand your immigration situation and whether you can come back, because for some people, they can come back. They absolutely can come back, and they can come back legally, okay? They can come back legally after some time, and an attorney will tell them that. They can come back. They could maybe file a waiver if they need a waiver, or they could stay outside for the 10 years if they choose to build a life for the next 10 years outside of America, and they could just wait the 10 years. So there are ways of returning. And for those who do not want to wait 10 years, there are waivers that are available that would allow you to enter sooner, but not everyone is eligible for such waiver. So guys, know what you're doing before getting caught up in videos on TikTok and about people who are leaving America, because the truth of the matter is this: everyone is in a different situation. Everyone. For some people, leaving the United States makes the most sense because they have no one here. They are lonely. Everyone that they love is in another country, their home country. They're here by themselves. They are depressed. They are just not happy, right? And they've been like that for years. So in those types of situations, absolutely, it might make sense for that individual to leave if he or so chooses to leave. But for others, it's just something that you've really got to consider. Now, the U.S. government is making it clear that they want people to leave now. And after leaving, register through their CBP Home app that you have left America, and they want you to believe that there's a way for you to come back. It'll be easier for you to come back if you exit that way. And guys, that is false, because even if you exit using that CBP Home app, you're still triggering a 10-year bar, depending on how long you've been in the United States without status. Most people are triggering a 10-year bar. And to get back to the United States, There is a very strict legal process that must be followed, and not everyone is eligible for that process to return. On top of that, being outside of the United States will require you to then go to a U.S. embassy for a visa. You can't tell the U.S. embassy that, well, I left using the CBP Home App. I was promised by Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, that I could return. I would have a safer, easier time returning to the United States if I just use that app, if I self-deport. The embassy will not hear it. There is nothing in place right now that would allow the embassy to give you favorable treatment because you've left the United States using that CBP Home app. There's nothing in the guidelines and the manual, what they follow to do their daily work, guys. There's nothing there that talks about giving you favorable treatment if you depart the United States with the CBP Home app. Just know that, okay? Just know that and be forewarned. But if you have a deportation order, removal order, follow the law, work with your lawyer to follow the law with respect to that deportation order. For some people, clients we work with, there's a way for them to file a motion to reopen their removal case and fight it and appeal the decision and all of that. You have a right to do all of that, okay? So although you have a removal order, you have a right to appeal the decision or try to get the case reopened. So guys, that's all I'm going to say for now in this unscripted video. Don't get caught up in too many emotions. Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one.